Yo, what is good, my anime faithful? What is good, yo? Guys, holy crap. Uh, I may be making videos around this time more and less, or even later because of work and stuff like that. So I truly appreciate everybody that's sticking around and hanging out with your boy for these videos. Because that's all I'm really doing it for. At this point, I could just stop making videos altogether and not have to stress about it, watch shows, and all that good stuff. But I like to get on certain games that I most likely wouldn't get on if I just wasn't feeling it to make videos, and then I start feeling it, and I like playing the game more. So I honestly am feeling some type of way about this show, man. I feel like every time an episode starts to get any better or circumstances start to get a little heavy in the show, it always feels like a final goodbye at every single turn that we're getting with these people that we're meeting or these people that are helping us out and stuff like that. So, excuse me if I straight up just start feeling almost bad or sad about certain things that aren't even confirmed, right? Like, for instance, the human guy, he's done for, right? Like he is super dead. Sure, they haven't put in the animation of him coughing and spitting up blood and stuff like that. But it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Like they just all of a sudden fixed the cure, seeing how she was explicitly talking about never meeting again or meeting after she figures out the cure, which is another like really sad way of putting it, right? Like I'll see you after we figure out the cure. Okay, sounds awesome. Cure never found out. You never gonna look for me now? You know what I mean? So there's these really subtle lines that just, if you take it as is, or like you just think about it over a little bit of time, you're just like, man, bro, like that's that's pretty sad. Like, okay, so I don't think there will be a cure, and if there is a cure, awesome, but regardless of that, are you gonna start heading in the direction that you know they were heading in just to find them? Or is it one of those things where you expected them to make a full circle around the world and just happen to bump into each other? Like it's such a weird way of stating uh like their goals. So to each their own, and with the golem pretty much putting himself in a position where he feels like he's in a worse position with the child that he's trying to care for and to do everything for. It feels like he's in a worse position than the human guy, and because the human guy's already came clean about what he's done, he's already talked about the issues that happen with the past, regardless if he said it at a point in time when um, he didn't even know someone was listening to him. At least it was out in the air. While here we are still about to drive this narrative forward, and this little girl still has no clue what is going on with this golem guy. This is the first episode we actually see her reaction to him kind of getting in a lot of pain in the grand scheme of us knowing every one of his like hardened parts of his body that covers him is more or less a way to him to gauge his lifespan. So to see a whole plethora get scattered about from his arm, it's just another big like reminder that not only do you have a set amount of days, but if you're putting your life in harm's way, does that time now speed up? Is it now 297 days because of your arm? Stuff like that is what really kind of starts getting driven into my brain, which sucks because I can't even really enjoy this show without every incident, every like crying being something that leads to a bigger meaning of, days or time or moments being lost because of whatever happened. Not to mention the information this week has to be, prayed and hoped for that it's useful from the head librarian that they had to look up or look for, which looks like it wasn't that hard. Doesn't look like it's a hard place to find, but maybe more or less just a hard person to actually abstract information from. Maybe I don't know. The way that they're like, that sounds like the head, head librarian. What are we gonna do? They made it almost seem like this was gonna be a trial. Like it's gonna be something difficult to do at the end of the day. So I'm not sure if that is the case. If it is, we'll see just where all of this leads at the end of the day because, like I'm saying, I honestly don't think the worst of the worst is gonna happen with this girl and the golem, but at the same time, I'm expecting, I'm expecting anything at this point. I just can't trust this show and how it's going already, the wordings that they like to use, the types of situations they've been in already, and it's feels like this was the first time we actually understood how much capability the golem has to take out much dangerous threats. So I'm just looking forward to everything that comes out of this. I hope you are as well. Let me know in the comments down below. I will try to get to everybody like I've been. If you guys have anything you want to talk about or say about the episode. But yeah, as a whole, I do hope the best for these characters, man, because as of now, it's not looking so good, right? It's not looking so good for a golem, and if that is how things are going to play out, then it is what it is. So with all that being said, take care, everybody, and peace.